Hello, and there's another video for me to do. This is what I originally wanted to talk about in the other video, but I'm gonna talk about it on this one. That I talked about it on my other channel when it was simply called Psych World. The first channel that got deleted. So I'm gonna bring this topic up again. That and I promise it won't be 2 hours long. It's gonna be shorter. I promise. I don't know how long it's gonna be, but I guess I'll just play along and go along as thoughts come to my mind. So, a lot of people compare Aaliyah, her death with Kanika Jenkins' death. And I don't know if I did it on my Targeted by the Psych World main channel, which is the current main channel, which was the former backup channel, but now the current main channel after the other channel got robbed and thrown away. So, um, I'm gonna talk about this again. The topic: a lot of your favorite celebrities, or a lot of celebrities who are dead now. Like, I heard that people like Michael Jackson was a targeted individual, but then again, I heard that Janet Jackson gang stalked people. But I thought that these celebrities are too busy to follow people around, harass people, and gang stalk. Um, because this girl, I think her name was Azariah, she was trying to become a rapper or something like that, and I heard she sold her soul to the devil, and they used her to gang stalk and perp Kanika Jenkins, and she knew what happened, and she was speaking out, and she was all crying, and people say she was crying out of guilt because she knew she sold her soul and stuff. So she said that her trying to be a rapper, she said that basically, you have to be that she had to be a gang stalker, and she was forced to be a gang stalker and forced to gang stalk and perp Kanika. So Kanika's mom, supposedly from what I researched, I could be wrong, but I heard she was one of the main people to benefit from and she was an Order of the Eastern Star and stuff, and I saw pictures of Kanika Jenkins herself throwing up the Baphomet hand sign, and they try to make like she was just one guy on this video. I mean, this phone call. He was trying to make like as if Kanika was easy, and that she like if it's not ecstasy, yeah, I think that she like to do ecstasy and then sleep have and that she like to have a whole bunch of guys run trains on her. But I wonder if that might have been if that was true, or if that might have been just a slander campaign against her. You know, and I'm not sure if I talked about this. I think I did talk about it, how me not knowing any better, I used to think I was doing the right thing by donating blood, and not realizing that they said that the elite, adrenochrome elite, wanting to drink your blood and stuff like that, so that they can prolong their lives while killing you off. And so, the celebrities and the politicians and the elite, they're old and want to stay old forever. They want to stay alive, think that they can stay alive forever to avoid going to hell. So I was young and didn't know the truth back then. I thought I was doing the right thing by donating blood, and thought I was doing the right thing by going to I thought I was doing a good deed by trying to sign up to be an organ donor and whatever. And then I was researching Illuminati New World Order, finding out the truth and stuff. And so then in 2017, I went back to my hometown, New Orleans, and moved there. And when I went to get my driver's license switched over, they were disappointed in me for telling me for me saying that I no longer wanted to be an organ donor, and they had this look like shame on you, and try to guilt trip me into going back to being. I'm like, no, you know, I I switched my mind, and I was firm in saying that I didn't want to be an organ donor anymore after I found out the truth. And so I used to get mad when I used to want to donate plasma for money and for a little extra cash, and then get rejected because I was on all those psych medications and I was young, or they would send me back home and tell me that I didn't eat enough food, or so I was supposed to be so greedy, but yet they told me I didn't eat enough food to they would always send me back home and tell me I didn't eat enough food to donate plasma, because this was like in 2002 or 2003 after I left University of New Orleans. I mean, Nicholls State University, before I started going to University of New Orleans, before I transferred over there. And so the foster mom kept me with little to no money. She took all my money. And so, I tried whatever job I could. The foster mom was hell bent on, and I didn't realize that, when I was going to Nichols and I tried to get a job, the foster mom tried to hinder me from working on purpose so that she can take my Social Security back paycheck. And I didn't realize that all these years that woman was that greedy for my back pay money, that was my money that I was entitled to. But if you ask her, she'll say, that was my money. No, bitch, that wasn't shit of your money. She wants to be possessive and claim ownership of everything. She would think that this is her phone. That's my phone. She'll think this is her computer. This is her sleeping bag. And the gay brother Mark tries to act possessive like that too. Like you want to act like you think you own everything that rightfully that's mine. Even if I worked and earned wages of my own, and you'll still say that that's all yours. The foster mom had the whole world handed to her. She gained the world. Adrian Felder, she gained the world and lost her soul. And still can't be greedy enough, like money hungry enough. And she has all this money and self righteously don't spend it. But then she would give me an allowance and then turn around and make it like, oh, let me borrow $20. You hear him screaming in the hallway? So you hear them screaming in the hallway? So she would be like, now I lost my train of thought. So she'd be like, loan me $20. If you're rich driving around in BMWs and $20 for the month, yeah, the foster mom used to give us $20 a month allowance, and then use any excuse she can to try to take that $20. I heard that the foster care, that's a damn shame. Why isn't that kid in school? Oh, they're probably at home doing Zoom lessons or something. But you got your child talking all loud and screaming in the hallway, trying to distract me. So anyway, the foster mom would make like everything is hers and stuff. So, and she would be like, "Oh, lend me $20," and then she would make false promises to pay me back and never pay me back. But the state allotment of we're supposed to get an allowance of $37.50 a month, and the foster mom was only giving us 20, and we were supposed to have a vacation allowance of summer and winter vacation. She took all that money for herself. We were supposed to have clothing allowances and certain allowances that the foster mom kept for herself. Because no way in hell should I have been 18 years old and forced to wear clothes from when I was 8 that were foster sister Joni or the foster cousin Mildred's hand me down clothes, or foster sister April's clothes, or whatever. So I kind of got off topic, but yeah, talking about I don't even remember how I got on that topic, but anyway, let me go back to what I was trying to talk about, like selling your soul to the devil and becoming a gang stalker or becoming a perp, or if you do obedient enough, you become a handler. If you can be trusted with evil. And It's like the handlers are more so above the law, and the perps are still slaves. But even handlers, I have handlers, I heard. So I just wish they would shut the fuck up. They're doing that on purpose. Even have the kids doing this. But then they'll make like, you so wrong for wanting to make a child shut up. No, you so wrong for having a child to teaching children how to do evil, and you try to manipulate that child's soul into going to hell. That's where you evil and wrong at. So anyway, um, so Kanika Jenkins, I had to bring up the topic of me refusing to decide to any more longer, donate plasma, give blood or whatever, or have signed up for my organs donated, because I didn't even know that was the case. But I heard about this person named Kendrick Johnson, and his organs were missing. You see that child screaming? Kendrick Johnson's organs were missing. I think he was 17 years old, and so he wasn't even old enough, I don't think, to sign up to get his organs donated or whatever. But whether you decide to be an organ donor or not, they want they take your organs. So I don't get. They say black people have healthier organs than white people or whatever. So I don't know. That's what I heard people say. But I'm like, how in all the junk food that's marketed to us, and so I've been hearing for years that racism and slavery is motivated by spiritual, like, jealousy or whatever, and certain people believe that the blacks were the true Jews, and that they were God's chosen people or whatever, and that the whites hijacked it, and I don't know, but anyway, so they had a few other people who were sacrificed for their organs. It was a white guy here in Pensacola. He told me he was homeless, and he see, look at this. This is too frequent. This is too frequent. This is the fourth time. This ain't no accident. It don't make no damn sense. All because of me. All for me. So they think that's hilarious. But they're quick to tell you, the targeted individual, how much money you're wasting. That you're wasting time, energy, resources, and money. But they're like wasting money on killing us, wasting money on torturing and tormenting us. I was targeted before I even thought of any blood donation or organ donation thinking or anything like that. But the donating plasma, well, I won't try. I wondered, but I don't see any information about plasma donate. I mean, I try to research that, but I heard about the blood donate. I'm sorry, blood donation. But I don't. It had to. People aren't speaking much on plasma donation being Illuminati related and stuff. I'm pretty sure it is, because people donate plasma every day. Well, every day there's someone, but maybe it's a spiritual thing. Maybe God protected me, that there's some way that I never qualified for donating plasma. It's either because I was on those medications, or because I don't have an address, or because I didn't eat enough, or this or that or whatever. So, but I was saying that a lot of people compare Aaliyah and Kanika Jenkins' death, even though Aaliyah didn't die for her from. I mean, she didn't get her organs removed or anything. but a lot of people compare their deaths for whatever reason, and they say that Rosemont is significant. That Aaliyah, I went to Aaliyah's resting place in July. I mean, I'm sorry, January 2007, and even then, everybody was looking at me weird and treated me a certain way and was perping me, and I didn't know. I was wondering why everybody hated me and treated me so mean, and I thought we all came was supposed to come together, for our adoration and honor of our favorite celebrity, but I had to turn away from that because, you know, I didn't realize that was like a idolatry. But my twin sister perked me one day and called me up and ignorantly laughed in 2007, tried to say, oh, and I know it was a thought that she just thought up. She didn't have a dream, but she tried to say that, oh, Candy, I had a dream. She called me up trying to perk me in 2007 and say, Candy, and I was living at the gay brother Mark's house in 2007 before I got my own place. And it was shortly after I got out the mental hospital in New York. So she's like, Candy, I had a dream that you had, she's like, I had a dream that you had started up your religion called Aaliyahology. And then when I got mad, she laughed and stuff like that, So, but if we get into an argument, I'm the one who always start the argument, you know. But I'm forbidden to mention Aaliyah's name, but she only allowed to mention Aaliyah's name when she wants to perk me, and when they want to do stuff on purpose to make me mad because they knew she was my favorite, you know. So even as far back as in eighth grade, with Aaliyah, One in a Million, and also Mary J. Blige, Not Gonna Cry, TLC, Red Light Special. And I mean, we were kids and I thought they were just being cruel. But the foster sister Joni used to, when the beginning of, say, for example, Aaliyah's One in a Million song, the video come on, and Joni turned up the video real loud on purpose so I can hear it. And then I hurry up and run downstairs, and Joni, Brandy, they sitting there laughing at me, talking about the foster sister Joni and my twin sister. And we were in eighth grade, and I would come running downstairs, and then they hurry up and switch the channel on purpose to be cruel. Joni even been perping me, but Joni was severely abused by the foster mom her damn self. So you can't act like you think you're better when you were failing in school, but you think you're better because we're supposed to be retarded. But I always been the damn the target or the scapegoat. Makes up there was a brief moment when I was considered the favorite, but it's better to be the scapegoat than to be a golden child, because I don't want to be favored for doing evil. So anyway, I forgot where I was trying to go at. So yeah, because those used to be some of my favorite songs back then. So but anyway, I went to visit Aaliyah and it was in Hartsdale, New York. I mean, I visited her resting place in 2007, and the people in New at the they try to prevent me from doing that. They try to prevent me from going on 106 in Park. I made myself go anyway, and I saw Sierra, Trick Daddy, and Bobby Valentino. And from a distance, I saw Yin Yang Twins. Wow, I saw Yin Yang Twins. And I'm a twin, so I saw Yin Yang Twins, and like, well, and they weren't even identical, but one of them looked like an actual billy goat. So I guess with the Illuminati and their goat worship, that wasn't a coincidence. That one of the Yin Yang Twins, he looked like a billy goat, and he was really short. But Sierra, I didn't get to get. I had a bad experience. That's a whole different video. Me talking about my experience at of 106 in Park, and so I had a horrible experience. Things that I try to make good and memorable, they make sure it's ruined. Or I'm the only one who's always doing something inappropriate or wrong. But you serve Satan. You can't tell me about anything inappropriate. or bad, So anyway, Aaliyah was at Rosemont. I guess I heard it's pronounced Mausoleum, Rosemont Mausoleum, and then they said that Kanika Jenkins was associated with Rosemont, Illinois, and Sicko R. Kelly, and dealt with Aaliyah in in Illinois, because he was from Chicago, and so you know, I don't know, so anyway, that girl Azariah, she was supposed to be. I mean, she did videos talking about how she was supposed to be a gang stalker, and she was crying, and she said she was, well, she had already made that deal to sign her soul to the devil and become a rapper, and I guess she's not doing it now, and so she said that they gang is stalking her, and she tried to have her faith in Jesus Christ, and she wanted to die with a Bible in her hand, and so she said that you know it's so sad that she sold her soul and signed her life away and became perp. She became a perp and started perping Kanika and her and all those other people. And it's like, how the hell all those multiple people, hundreds of people in that hotel room, and not one person, they're all having out for her, and not one person is on her side. So I don't know. I just feel really bad how it's part of our targeting. How basically, they MK Ultra you and they want to use you as a sex slave, and then they ritualistically sacrifice you in the most gruesome way, like Aaliyah in a plane crash, or they kill. I was supposed to go see Janet Jackson too, but the line was too long, and I don't remember. Oh yeah, Janet Jackson had an album signing, and she actually was like 40 years old, and she was dating Jermaine Dupri at the time, and I didn't know the truth about any of this back in 2006. I was in New York and stuff, and so I don't even know what the source was, but I recently heard that Janet Jackson gang stalks people. So I'm like, well, I thought the celebrities were so busy doing music and stuff. I'm like, how do they even have the time if they got touring and if they got tours to do, concerts, if they're doing Grammy awards, or some of them do acting and singing and rapping and whatever. They just jack of all trades, just do it all. So if you're so busy with making music, doing making albums, doing movies, shooting music videos, shooting movies, commercials, have your brand of lipstick or whatever clothing line, and you just doing all this stuff. Like, how the hell you got the time to gang stalk people? I thought they were too busy to be worried about us fans, but then they be, celebrities. They got time to worship social media and be on Instagram or Snapchat, OnlyFans, or whatever TikTok new stuff they got out now. Um, so Michael Jackson, I heard, was the scapegoat sacrifice. They made him the biggest star and sacrificed him, and he was a targeted individual. Him and Whitney Houston were targeted individuals being hit with directed energy weapons, electronic weapons. And I remember seeing that diagram of certain areas that they said that Whitney Houston drowned in the bathtub and was burned and stuff like that. Um, so and then they had killed her daughter in the same way and drowned her in the bathtub. But I don't know about Bobby Christina being associated with directed energy weapons. She probably was, because they said Whitney Houston had burns on her from the dew weapons, and they I heard that they would they hit her with dew weapons, and Michael Jackson was being hit with dew weapons really bad, and they try to set him on. Everybody knows they try to set him on fire and attempted sacrifice back in the 80s, and then they turn him white and stuff like that. And They say Janet Jackson is very evil. I didn't even know that. You walk around and think these celebrities look too innocent. And you see, like, when I was could have been in sixth grade and I first heard of Britney Spears, and she was about 17, and everybody when I first heard about her, I saw her at the McDonald's, and everybody was talking about how they didn't like her and she was a slut and stuff like that, and everybody just hated Britney Spears, and so and she was a 17-year-old girl, and they were saying she was a slut and a whore and all. They didn't like her. So then, Britney Spears, y'all, she's been. I mean, I don't even know. They say Britney Spears being a targeted individual. Like if they try to try to break your MK Ultra, and then you be heavily targeted and gang stalking. They make sure you're dead. But some people say that they want to keep Britney alive because she's white, and they kill off people like Aaliyah, Whitney Houston, any of the black stars. Some black stars you don't even hear from no more. I believe Left Eye was a targeted individual as well. Even though she worshipped the occult so hard, with the one eye, the Luciferian eye of Horus and stuff like that. And I guess they didn't want to be part of it no more. And I heard that they kill you off before you can decide I mean, but when you wake up to the truth, I heard if they kill you off before you can get your opportunity to turn to Jesus Christ. So, I heard Left Eye's dad was in the military. Lisa Left Eye Lopez from TLC. I heard her dad was in the military, and I heard he was her handler, and he was very abusive and mean. And she talked about, exposed a lot in her documentary, and she even got killed on that documentary. That was all planned. And that seemed like a spiritual thing. Mary J. Blige talking about Aaliyah's death being a spiritual murder. Aaliyah Dana Haughton. Um, so Mary J. Blige, um, but she says truth mixed with disinformation, trying to say that Aaliyah would, cared too much about luggage and material things when Aaliyah was, and they try to make like the mainstream media. Mary, she started off speaking truth, and then she spin off to try to say the same narrative that the mainstream media was saying. So she got like scared, immediately. So I heard that Mary J. Blige, her career ain't been the same since, and she might have been targeted or heavily watched. So um I hated that that the target is blamed for their death. Like they blame you for your death. And me personally, I believe that of course we know Aaliyah was MK Ultra victim. So Aaliyah was MK Ultra, and I think that me personally, I think that she became a targeted individual after dealing with sicko R. Kelly. So now it's made to look like as if R. Kelly he ain't innocent. He's not innocent. Fuck him. And he is not innocent. But now some people say it's an agenda for why they trying to wait till they protected him all these years, and now they're trying to take him down, and they say he ain't never gonna be let out of jail or prison or whatever. He's too now. They say he's too old to be a sex symbol anymore, and he's not useful to the elite anymore, and he might be trying to be breaking free from his whatever MK Ultra, because he definitely has MK Ultra sex kitten beta kitten program, because they use the women and the men, but mainly the women. But you hear about the transgender thing, so people say Aaliyah was still definitely 17 years old. Aaliyah was 17, and for one in a million. And I heard, symbolically, they were mocking her death then, and One in a Million and Hot Like Fire. But I think by the time of Hot Like Fire, she was already 18. And so they were perping her and mocking her death before she died. And even after death, years later, people like Whore Beyonce, of course, Gay-Z, who were in on it, and they were mocking her death. And Aaliyah, I mean, what if Aaliyah was walking around today, if she was still alive today, and had her cell phone and be like, look at this gang stalking perp in a white Hummer with one head, like look at, I don't even know celebrities who are targeted, like could you imagine? I mean, but she walked around and acted like as if nothing bothered her. But I heard that she was just very mind controlled before she woke up because naturally this shit would bother you. So they say I heard that Missy Elliott got her hooked on ecstasy, and I heard that ecstasy is a drug that make you super submissive and super nice and stuff. You know, and I heard that it will permanently damage and irreversibly alter and damage your brain. Ecstasy drug. So they say Missy Elliott was used in Hollywood to turn out a slew of young underage girls in Brazil and stuff like that. And this Brazilian girl, I heard the story where someone on one of those gossip websites was saying that Missy Elliott was raping a Brazilian girl with a diamond studded strap on. And Missy Elliott told the girl, "Take it like a woman. You could always be replaced." So I'm like, well, damn, a diamond studded strap on. Take it like a woman because you could always be replaced. So if she did this to this random Brazilian girl, imagine what she could have been doing to torture and hurt Aaliyah. Um, so some people say that Aaliyah had the potential to be very fucking powerful and more powerful than what Beyonce is today. And them two are always compared. And so I heard people say it was originally supposed to be Aaliyah and Tupac were originally supposed, so they say, originally Aaliyah and Tupac were supposed to be, what whore Beyonce and Gay Z are today, you know. So Aaliyah was MK Ultra and programmed to be into witchcraft and heavily into the occult. They say she was a witch in training, but not a full blown witch. But she was being prepared and being in training. And some people say that she didn't go all the way with selling her soul to the devil. She didn't go all the way. Um, and so I also heard that they tried to get her to blood sacrifice her dad, who was already sick, Mr. Michael Haughton, and I heard that she wouldn't do it, so they sacrificed her. But there were some other reasons, like she wanted to leave her uncle Barry Hankerson's Black Ground label, and that also made her a threat and made her a target. Um, they said on Vigilant Citizen that they had a, in 2012. Now, of course, those forums are gone. Um, but people were talking about Aaliyah was trying to break free of her program, and she stopped wearing her hair covered with one eye, and wanted to do her own thing. And they were. It seemed like I remember reading for Rock the Boat long time ago. They probably switched the information on Wikipedia. I know they say it's not credible source, but they said that on Wikipedia that when Aaliyah got to the Bahamas, there was no running water at her hotel room or whatever. They kept mocking her death. And if everybody thought she was pretty and everybody sexually wanted her and stuff like that, they mocked her death. And even Fatima Robinson took a picture of you know they'll she took a picture of Aaliyah sleeping, was supposed to represent death. And even her Rock the Boat video was symbolic. They even mocked her in that video with the chemtrails or planes or whatever. they mocked her with her biggest fear, and they mocked Michael Jackson with his biggest fear. I think they mocked Whitney Houston with her biggest fear. And I heard that when in Aaliyah's Rock the Boat video, when she was doing a video and stuff, I heard that they tried to sacrifice her. I heard that they tried to drown her, and she fought, and it didn't work. And the foster sister Joni said that Aaliyah was fussing, cursing, and crying. But remember Aaliyah said that they with the breath regulator, that she was having problems with that, that they wanted her to go underwater and rock the boat and stuff. And I heard that they were trying to torture and drown her then and trying to kill her. That didn't work. So they set her up with the doggone plane. Um, but I heard that they programmed that fear into her, to even she was 17, 18, talking about how she was fearful and hated small planes. And they used exactly that. Um, they even mocked her with Queen of the Damned. Some people say she did sell out and then regretted it. But then again, other people say that she didn't go all the way, that she only went partial. So I don't know. But Aaliyah did try to stand up for what's right, and had her certain morals. But I heard about, the threesomes with her mom, and R. Kelly, um, and stuff like that. And ask why is if people cared about Aaliyah so much, nobody ever no. It's like, how the hell people want said for years, oh, let's respect the Houghton's privacy, and we weren't allowed to question anything. And like, I remember in 2007, I heard that Aaliyah's uncle Barry Hankerson molested her when she was 8 years old. So when I went on the forums, they attacked and called themselves trying to drag me on the Aaliyah forums when I questioned about asking about was it true that I heard that Aaliyah was molested by her uncle and stuff, and then they started calling me a narcissist and calling me bipolar and telling me I have cluster B personalities, and not just because I simply and I'm wondering why such persecution for even asking such a question. I just simply asked because it was on a website called who'sdatedwho.com, and that's how I saw comments. And then on certain YouTube videos or blog sites years ago, people said that it was very well known that but Aaliyah never spoke out against her own uncle. Whatever he did, she never spoke out publicly. Um, but I heard about the NDA, and they probably drug her and made her, MK Ultra, and make her forget. So that's another reason why she was MK Ultra's silence, no talk programming. So but I guess, I mean, I heard that her uncle Barry Hankerson didn't even want the slightest threat of her resisting, because I thought her name, the Asian girlfriend, I thought her name was Kind, but I guess they said Kimmy Dang, that Barry Hankerson blew her car up, and then Barry Hankerson, he had this other lady, I can't think of her name at the moment, and he had her another lady gang stalked as well. You deal with Barry Hankerson, you become gang stalked. And I remember I had weird stuff happening to me after I tweeted on Twitter that it was make a whole bunch of sense that Barry Hankerson sacrificed his own niece if they say he set up the plane crash, and Miss Diane and Mr. Barry weren't talking, they weren't on speaking terms. It's just so horrible. And then I heard rumors that her own brother Rashad was raping her too, and that he was one of her handlers. But definitely Barry Hankerson was raping her and stuff. And I'm like, damn, your whole entire. But Mr. Michael Houghton, he died 11 years later, and he died quietly and secretively, and nobody really knew until like 2013 because he died 11 years after Aaliyah. He died November 8th, 2012, and that was 11 years and some months after Aaliyah. And so I heard that Mr. Michael, people are blaming him and get mad, but I heard people say that he didn't know. They said that Miss Diane and Barry did secret stuff behind his back, and he didn't know until later on. And they said that the man died of a broken heart. That he was devastated about what the truth about what happened to his own daughter, his own child. Um, and so I heard that Miss Diane and Mr. Michael had a big argument at a park or something like that. And if Miss Diane was cheating on, I heard some person say that she knew Aaliyah personally on one of those YouTube videos, and or was it Lipstick Alley, and said that sadly Aaliyah's um sadly Aaliyah's um sadly Aaliyah's mom, Miss Diane, used to sleep with all her boyfriends or sleep with any boyfriend Aaliyah had. I guess even if the boy was underage. So you hear about the supposed daughter, Angel Nicole Kelly Houghton. I still have those files if anybody is interested in looking at the supposed evidence of, because I took my blog down, you know. So I took my blog down, and but I still have the files of showing proof and evidence, or maybe y'all can email me. Well, no, I don't want people to email me because I don't want gang stalkers to email me. But I can put in the link, in the description box, the link of Aaliyah and R. Kelly's supposed secret daughter, Angel Nicole Kelly Houghton, and there's that. It's very sad that Aaliyah died not being allowed to publicly tell her story. Aaliyah was a TI. She was targeted. And you deal with sicko R. Kelly, you become targeted too. And so, but then again, I heard he's going down, like Bill Cosby and all. So they want to take down all the, some people want to take down Hollywood. That Hollywood needs to be taken down. So, um, I remember I also did a video talking about Rashad, Aaliyah's brother, having his own Art Eternal um Twitter cult, and he treated all Aaliyah's fans really bad. But now people want to say he's a sweetheart and nice on Instagram and stuff. But Rashad was all nice and friendly at first and used to have fun with us on Twitter in 2010. Then he became an asshole and blocked everybody and go on random massive blocking sprees if you disagree with what he said and stuff like that. And I haven't done him anything offensive, and he was following me and I was following him, and he's just changed for whatever reason, and then he unlocked his tweets, and because it seemed like as if random people were perping him, but I wasn't one of them, so he would, or he would say stuff that insult women. And yeah, he had this Twitter cult going on called Art Eternal and Rad 6, um, noise harassment. He had that Twitter cult going on called Rad 6, and he had the website called Rad 6, and he had the Twitter cult called Art Eternal, and if you didn't agree with what he said, he will block you or treat you very mean or sell you something very gross. And Rashad was a pervert himself, and he would make sexual advances at females, and there was a female that was French woman living in Germany that she looked kind of Hispanic though, but she said she was a French girl living in Germany, and she told me, I mean, she said that in a tiny chat that Rashad used to had a really big, and more than one person said Rashad had a really big penis, and said that he used to show his penis to 13-year-old girls in Germany, and that through direct message DM, and that, I mean, I even saw perverted tweets that he would send a few girls, and they showed, even the Brazilian girl had showed me perverted tweets that Rashad sent, and they had this fake Christian girl named Tamika. She acted like she sexually wanted Rashad really bad, and she would have done anything to get with Rashad, pretty much. But now you hear stories that Rashad living overseas, he's keeping quiet. The cousin Jomo is keeping quiet. um, Other relatives are keeping quiet, and nobody really. Now that Aaliyah had this one person who was supposedly a cousin that was off her mom's side and was a strong Christian against the Illuminati, and she was trying to get the truth out on YouTube, but she wasn't that well known or famous. And then there was another video of this black guy who claimed to be Aaliyah's cousin off his mom's side. I mean, off her mom's side, and the guy was threatening to sue people, saying, "Oh, my cousin would never be involved in something like this. I'm gonna sue y'all and this and that, whatever." I don't even know if he was really related to Aaliyah. He could have been anybody claiming to be related to her. Just like that idiot, and I'm gonna bring it up, that idiot Reggie who claimed he was 11 years old and got Aaliyah pregnant when she was 14 or some crazy shit. That he got her pregnant on his 11th birthday, and that he ejaculated inside her on purpose and stuff or whatever. But that, I mean, people would have known about this. He the only one who, of course, he the only one spreading such story and try to say, oh, if you lived in Chicago, if you lived in Madison where I live at, you would know this, whatever. So another thing I want to bring up before I go, because I said I promised y'all I didn't want to take up all your time, was that Damon Dash made several, and I mean, Aaliyah's mom also went to see a psychic concerning Aaliyah, and also Damon Dash and that new girlfriend made attempts to contact Aaliyah's so-called spirit, and that was a demon masquerading as a dead person, not the actual you. It's a deceptive demon masquerading as, that person's spirit. So Damon and the new girlfriend try to contact Aaliyah's spirit or whatever, and your celebrities, they consult psychics and witches and stuff like that, clairvoyance, tarot card readers, whatever, which is forbidden in the Bible. So Damon Dash, I remember it was 2003. I was going to University of New Orleans campus. I sat in a computer lab after school, after hours, and I remember seeing, and I couldn't even go back and find it, but I remember seeing that Damon Dash, I think Damon Dash was accused of rape at one point too, but I don't remember how long ago it was. But Damon Dash, I call him Demon Dash, Demon Dash. But anyway, Damon Dash, I wish them two never dated. Yeah. Damon fucking ugly ass. But anyway, um, Damon, oh, they hurting my left. They're hurting me right here, the left side of my head, right here. That's the energy frequency. They're trying to make me shut up. So Demon Dash, there was a female. I wish that I had access to that online article of this female. They're trying to give me a headache. A female who claimed that Damon Dash was beaming voices into her head with his own voice remotely from a distance telling her what to do, like V2, the same similar to V2K. I haven't heard any stories if Aaliyah had V2K or not. But I heard some MK Ultra victims who were targeted individuals had, they hit with energy weapons and had to deal with V2K. And you hear about Lark Voorhees. Rashad even acting like he sexually wanted Lark Voorhees, to say Lisa Turtle from Saved by the Bell. And Lark Voorhees had been considered, a targeted individual under MK Ultra and had like a breakdown or whatever. Her mom was her MK Ultra handler and stuff like that. Um, this is real, y'all. This is real. So yeah, the female, she said that Damon Dash used his own voice to beam voices into her head, giving commands, telling her what to do. You know, this motherfucker with this loud, it's a white Camaro. This person comes and leaves with that loud ass white car several times a day. So, yeah. Ooh, I got such a headache right now. All of a sudden. Oh man. But I'm glad I got out what I needed to express. And when I get nervous, I get repetitive sometimes. So I'm sorry if I'm repeating the same thing over and over again. I'm just nervous right now. Um. So I just don't feel good all of a sudden. Not all my head hurts, and I'm starting to feel a little weird in my stomach. It's 2:42 p.m. right now, and I think I had more to say, but I just wanted to put it out there that I said on my other video, and now I'm saying it again. About different celebrities being MK Ultra and turning to targeted individuals, and all of a sudden they want to make us to be unpaid. Um, Even Raz B from B2K, I think, and Monique Slaughter, who dated Lil Fizz, I think they were. I think Monique just recently she recently spoke out against the industry, and a lot of celebrities have, even big people like Drake and The Weeknd. But Drake and The Weeknd, they might be just controlled opposition. But they spoke out against the Grammys and stuff, and a couple other people I don't remember spoke out against the Grammys. I'm like, Drake, you were that loyal and compliant with the doggone programming, so why are you speaking out? So yeah, so Raz B and even T-Boz, with TLC and Left Eye and them, where they were saying that they didn't get all the royalties that they were even Jay Boog from B2K. I'm surprised Jay Boog is not being a targeted individual right now. Oh, he's best friends with Chris Stokes. Shit, Strokes. Because all the B2K members were all under MK Ultra, and Omarion has his freaking kids MK Ultra. Jay Boog had the middle child, Jarrell Jr. I saw him on Instagram throwing up as above, so below Baphomet Illuminati hand signs, wearing an Aaliyah sweatshirt, and I saw Jay Boog's youngest daughter, Zuri Houston. She was like 4 months old, and I saw a picture of her eyes looking reptilian, and a 4 month old baby, and I'm like, ew, this is the dude I had a crush on for many years. So but the baby's very cute, but I wasn't like they had like reptilian looking slits in the 4 month old baby's eyes, and so and Jay Boog, he was the first one to speak out against Chris Stokes, and you know the first to speak out publicly. And they try to more not exactly make him out to look crazy, but they threaten him and try to silence him. And he even said on one video, he said it's like we're part of some cult or something. He got us in some cult or something. But now you part of the fake Jehovah's Witnesses cult. And Omarion has Omarion's deeply into the new age. And you hear he's a narcissistic abuser. And on Love and Hip Hop, Lil Fizz and Lil Fizz and April Jones were perping Monique's slaughter. Monique spoke the truth about the entertainment industry recently, and she got like in a bad car accident, and she survived the badass car accident. Monique slaughter. So I mean, if they said that April was an MK Ultra victim and had that meltdown, and it went viral. And April, they said, was supposed to be set up for sacrifice. But maybe April must have caved back into the program and, start to act like a self disrespecting thought on purpose to save her own self from being sacrificed. If she was broken down and they had to reprogram April Jones. And they said Omarion was her handler. And then she was passed on to Lil Fizz. And they said Lil Fizz, after dealing with Chris Stokes, had to go see a therapist after being the molestation. And Raz B, y'all know that Chris Stokes tried to kill him not once but twice. I mean, he had him, try to have him killed more than twice. And now Raz B, he talks for the Millennium Tour last year. They said that Raz B was supposed to be they try to make it like as if he has a domestic violence issue that he got arrested for with a girlfriend or whatever. So Raz B, sorry. So Raz B, fighting out unwanted thoughts. That's why I'm pausing. So, Raz B, he talks like as if he's back into the program, back into the industry and stuff like that. So, people like, all right, y'all know Flex Alexander and Shanice. I thought it was Shanice, but Shanice, I guess. Shanice. She turned out to be seem like a very, very, very nice person. I can't really find much. I try to research anything Illuminati with them two. They've been in the entertainment industry for many years, and I just saw a video. Well, I didn't watch the whole thing, but I'm for research purposes. And Shanice was throwing up the Baphomet hand sign, the devil horns, and "You Need a Man," So Shanice, she seemed like she's down to earth, friendly, and very nice. And but I don't hear people talking about them being associated with the Illuminati. But they've been in the entertainment industry since, Shanice, they said she herself said that she'd been singing since she was 7 months old. And like, wow, a baby singing. So everybody question and wonder how come Shanice didn't go that far in her career. They said she could have been up there with Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey. But I personally think if her and Flex as a couple, Flex Alexander Knox or Mark Flex Alexander Knox or whatever his name is, Shanice, her maiden name was Wilson. So they've been in the entertainment industry for that many years. And Shanice's mom kind of makes me think of, they say that she was like another stage mom or momager or strict momager or a stage mom who probably was her handler, because even Lark Voorhees, her mom was her handler, and perping her on Dr. I's show, I think it was. So it's like it doesn't seem like Shanice ever had like a MK Ultra breakdown. She was even also on Star Search at 11. Aaliyah was on Star Search at 10, and Destiny's Child, they were on Star Search. So they said if you've been on Star Search and you famous, even American Idol, that's how you know you're an MK Ultra victim. So Shanice and Flex, they haven't really had like an emotional or mental breakdown and had to be reprogrammed or whatever, or they haven't gone crazy or lost their minds or anything. But I heard that they've been struggling financially for years, and they've been doing a lot of work in the entertainment industry, and their net worth is only $250,000. I'm like, damn. So maybe Shanice must have gotten a little bit, but maybe never really fully sold her soul. If you know, if everybody, I mean, it's my speculation. I don't think she sold her soul. She seems down to earth and friendly. Her personality doesn't seem narcissistic at all. And so they said Shanice, like Aaliyah, they said, oh, she was too innocent or she was too pure or whatever. You know, and people say that that will would make Aaliyah a target. If she was too. They said that she was, you know, more seem innocent and pure. And that's what people have been saying about me too. That I seem too innocent and pure. I don't think I'm pure, but they say that. I mean, because I've done sins or whatever. So they said that spiritually, people like us who they say are empath, like they said that Aaliyah had a beautiful soul and was an empath or something like, or and they say the same thing about me. But people like her Beyonce, narcissists, vain, and stuck on herself and stuff like that. So yeah, people. Yeah, I don't even. I mean, I could be wrong because I saw the "You Need a Man" and she was throwing up a few Baphomet like devil horns hand sign. But you know, I don't think Shanice like fully like sold her soul, and that's your answer. That is your answer right there for why her career never went so far. But it looked like she's still in the industry doing things here and there and stuff. And I don't even know. I heard a story after they um Flex Alexander had the video because my brother Wyatt will watch that video um on repeat. I mean, the movie of Flex Alexander acting as Michael Jackson, and they said that he needed the money really bad, and that's why he took on that role to have that movie of mocking Michael Jackson. But then he got mocked for it or whatever. Then they said that Flex Alexander was charged for or he got in trouble for. They said that for his one-on-one show that he like sexually harassed a girl after he was married to Shanice and had two kids with her, and and then he supposedly you know tried to sexually make sexual advances at this girl. And then I think she got blacklisted for refusing sex with him or something like that. Or I don't remember all the story. And I don't even remember what the girl's name was. So if Flex Alexander was big on that 101 show, I never sat down and watched the 101 show because I didn't watch much TV or whatever. But me gathering stuff and researching this and that, from whatever I come across, they even say Chris Brown tried to fight the Illuminati and will speak out, and they said that he wasn't deleting his own tweets. I think that they were deleting his tweets. And so Chris Brown, I guess he caved back into the programming, fearing for his life, fearing that he was going to die and stuff, and he tried very hard to get out. But now I think they got him programmed, and they even saying Chris Brown is basically a demon now. So it's really bad. These children didn't ask to have this happen to them, but they had this bloodline, the Masonic satanic bloodline that they were born into it. Excuse me, and So I mean, and I mean, Chris Brown now he goes along with the agendas and making remarks saying he don't like dark women or black women or something like that. I don't remember what the case was, but they got him saying stuff like that, you know. So it's like we gotta find a way to avoid these celebrities like a plague. Because I hear some targeted individuals say that even they're regular people like me and you, but if you poor and homeless on the streets like me, well, I'm not at the moment, but I will be back on the streets on the 15th. Supposed to, but targeted individuals, some of them claim that they've been stalked, gang stalked, and watched by certain celebrities. Well, I kind of got sidetracked, but it was a white guy who told me here in Pensacola. He said he was homeless and a targeted individual, and he didn't want to say too much, but he said that he said that they were gang stalking and watching him, and that they want to try to get his organs. That was creepy. So everything just frightening, and this it's like everything it goes hand in hand. Like just about if you wonder if you're a narcissistic abuser, it's not a personality, but it's a spirit. Because how the hell they have, well, some people call it a hive mind, where they have all these people. How the hell y'all gonna have like a like-minded kind of personality? So, like as if all y'all narcissistic abusers who sold out, and then like that's how people be like, oh, this person got a good job and he got big headed and just, he act like he don't know who we are no more, because he sold his soul. And he sold his soul and became a narcissistic abuser, you know, and he ain't the same no, and he ain't gonna be the same no more. They say, oh look, he took that, like he got the money and he got a good job now, and he big headed, and he act like he forgot where he came from. And then you start taking on that sellout mentality, like you think you're better, and like you act like you ever forgot, like you forgot that you come from poverty your damn self. So you no longer have humility and stuff like that. So yeah. So oh man, I'm feeling like a dizzy like headache right now. So I'm gonna go now, and thanks for listening. And I would like any of y'all feedback. If y'all have any feedback or any information or any input, something that y'all can teach me, y'all can let me know. Y'all can show me some resources. But um I'm a um yeah, I'm gonna try to make sure I don't delete it off my Google Drive. The the file of me showing. But now I'll just wait till if y'all want to see it, I can show y'all. But I'm not bullshitting. The information that another person told me about Aaliyah and R. Kelly's supposed secret daughter. So I don't know, but thanks for listening, and I love y'all, and bye.